I wanna know you, wanna feel how fast my heart would beat if you were close to me. I wanna show you, wanna let you loose inside my brain to see if you'd run or stay. Danger's waiting for you. Danger's waiting for you, my love. Danger's waiting for you. Danger's waiting for you, my love. My love. My love. My love. I wanna know you, wanna feel how fast my heart would beat if you were close to me. I wanna show you, wanna let you loose inside my brain to see if you'd run or stay. Danger's waiting for you. Danger's waiting for you, my love. Danger's waiting for you. Danger's waiting for you, my love.
Well, hello there. A bit later, as I wanted to. I had some issues with the kids, or one of one of my kids. Let's turn off the sound. So, but I'm here. But this session will be a bit shorter, as I wanted it to be. Uh, what I'm gonna do today is trying to deploy my web applications to Azure using Azure DevOps, obviously. As you might remember from last time, I've created three API projects, an ARM template in order to deploy my infrastructure to Azure, and I still have to do this whenever something is happening on the master branch or whatever. Whenever something happens on the master branch, I want it to build and deploy to my Azure environment. I was while starting up, I was trying to set up a service connection to one of my Azure subscriptions. The thing is, I have multiple Azure subscriptions. Some of them are uh, some of them are connected to my personal Microsoft account, others to my work Microsoft account, all using the same username, password, stuff like this. So I had some difficulties doing so. So for this session, I'll just try to deploy it to a subscription, which is easy to deploy to. And next time I'll figure out how to do this properly by using some kind of a service principal to deploy my stuff to the cloud. I don't have time to figure it out today. So I'm closing down one of my tabs over here. Also, I heard from a couple of people my sound was a bit low last time. So let me check on Twitch if my mic is unmuted. Yes, I can hear myself. A bit soft though. It's I can turn on the sound. So this is good. If it's too soft, please let me know now or later. The recording will be on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, so I will listen to it myself also. But it's better to do this right while streaming instead of the next stream. Also, hopefully the music will be a bit louder today. If it's too loud, let me know. If it's too soft, also let me know. Turning off the sound of my stream. And well, let's start. Let's start coding. So you should be able to see my screen now. As I mentioned, we have the ARM templates and the three APIs, simple APIs, nothing fancy, and the ARM templates also nothing fancy if you're used to them, obviously. So we have this APIs, we have the websites, stuff like this. So if you hear a beep, it's the washing machine standing behind me is done. So I think that should explain it. So let me see which subscriptions I have. Okay. I have a couple of subscriptions. So I have this subscription isn't used yet. I've named it MVP number 2. I've got it from my MVP award. So and I have to create some service connection. I can edit, delete this one. Can't I delete this one? probably some other tab, so I'll delete that one later. So first of all, leave. So as I mentioned, there's this ARM template. We have stuff in Git. Where is Git? Yes, okay, Git fork. So I have some commits in my master branch from last time. Also deployed it to some subscription and to test if my ARM templates worked. So they are working. Let's check out GitHub, github.com. Secure APIs. So here's my stuff. First of all, I have to create some kind of a package using a deployment pipeline. So I'll create my first pipeline. So my stuff is located on GitHub. I have to sign in. Fill out my authentication code. So it's verify. I'm being redirected. Stuff is working. Now I have to choose configure my pipeline. It's an ASP.NET Core application. So let's go with this ASP.NET Core. See if this is of any use. Sounds like a good start. What do we have? Testing, building, save and run. Oh, console. Fireballs, yeah. Save and run, see what it does. Set up CI with pipelines. Okay. While we're waiting, I'll turn on the music. And I'll check my stream to hear if it's also too loud. Well, it could be a bit softer. I don't know if you agree with me, but it's a bit the same level. Yeah. I'm turning it to 35%. See if this is better. This is kind of a slow number, so next number. It's a bit more up-tempo, apparently. Can I also scroll? Apparently not. So, as you might have noticed, I'm using pretzel rocks for my music. This is kind of out of suspense. Also a slow number. Can I fast forward? Isn't there a fast forward? No. There isn't a fast forward. No. Turning it to 50%. And if it's too loud, just let me know.
What if everybody's used to their own feature?
Done. 0 artifacts. That's because I didn't publish anything. Is there a new commit? Yes, there is. So I don't want file located here. Let me pull and move it to a different location. File. Open recent. So there's the deployment. There's the build. Moving it over there. Yes, move it. Okay. Stage. Folder. And now I have to be in DevOps in order to make sure my pipeline is pointing to the correct file. Edit. Yes, it's not there. So, should I be able to make sure to get app identity, settings, dev one, save. Okay. YAML. So I have a couple of files. I want to create an artifact. Is there a artifact? I have to zip it, I guess. Publish build artifacts. Drop 5 lines. Okay, that's good. Archive files. Artifact staging directory build. So this stuff is being built. Add archive files. So is that zip? Extract files. Okay, so this one is it. Artifact staging directory. So I have three projects. So the API, the conferences, and the speaker. So let's first do the API. So API. Music is a bit loud and my voice isn't. Turning it lower. 31%. Hey Chris Rody. What kind of a Git client are you using? Well, today I'm using Git fork. Git fork is It's an awesome free client. It's fast, and you can get it for free. But you can also donate $50 nowadays. So if you want to support the developers, you now can. But it has been an issue on their GitHub for ages. So my internet isn't working anymore, apparently. But this is Git fork. There has been a new update today. I have yet to install it. I've chosen this because I like the UI, I like how fast it is, how stable it is. I've used Source Tree, I've used Git Kraken, I've used, what's the other one? Git Tower. All of them are fine. Just Git Fork is, in my opinion, the best. I have a couple of co-workers who think Git Kraken is the best, and other Source Tree, and a couple of co-workers who like the CLI, but I just can't remember all of the CLI commands, and yeah, doing them out of my head, on top of my head. So whenever I need to do something fancy, sure, I open up the terminal, but normally for normal commits, only Git fork. Great question. So, turning on the music again. Thank you. So, that was Git fork. Still too loud for my taste, so I'm turning it down a bit for myself. If it's too loud on stream, I'll turn down the music also a bit. So I have to deploy you can tell I don't do this often, creating build pipelines. So that would core path to the project build. Working directory. I'm already building the solution. And what does it create? Publish a package. The packages. Web app, that's it. Build artifact station. Okay, so I guess everything is located in a web app.zip. Let's just artifact files. This one, and now save, see what it does. Thank you, Chris, for checking out the recording later on. Appreciate it. Annoying part, waiting. In the meantime, I can check out Azure DevOps, publish. Publish is a keyword in web app. Publishing. Build pipeline. Build artifacts. So that was the one I was looking for. Artifact name. This looks familiar. There's two sets. Yes. And the input is path to publish. staging directory. So I have to build my projects to specific locations and deploy it as different artifacts. Doable. Is there a sample over here? No? Okay. No problem. So the thing is, I probably have to, I'm building a solution now from the default pipeline. Being built. Probably have to build my projects. So, private API project. Where is it located, or what's the name? Let me check. So open in Explorer. Open in the File Explorer. So it's in. This should be the location. Of course. I have forward slashes over here. If this makes sense, I'm on a Windows machine. I guess this should work with backslashes. Not sure. I burned myself with forward and backward slashes multiple times. So and now I have the conferences and speaker. Conferences, speaker. Secure API. Conferences. This is probably speaker. Speaker. Conferences. Okay, this should be it. Speak for all of the projects. Now I want to see if I can build it. Build. Probably can do this with .NET Core. What's the what cards? Yeah, I want to use this one. So that's probably this project. Grammarly. Probably want this one. Package as a single file. Are there any more? No. This is this. Also useful. This is API / secure API.zip. Okay, add. That's not good. Oh man. That's what you get. Build, yes. API projects. Deploy on this. All of the arguments. And deploy IIS path. Why? Don't think that's necessary. Working directory, not necessary. Let's put the cursor over there. .NET Core CLI. Okay, so this is something else as VS Build. What is it called? API/secure-API.zip. Now I should be able to copy and paste this 3 times, or maybe do this once. So I now have the web app.zip and the secure API.zip in the folder API. Okay. And I'm publishing everything which is in the artifact staging directory. Cool. So this should just work. Let's see if it does. Save. And how is my build going? It is succeeded. Publish artifacts. Okay, cool. Let's drop some artifacts. 1 published. Drop. Oh, this is more as I expected. Oh, there's the zip file. So what would be in it? Save. Save. Downloads. So I'm creating a full secure API. So let's see what's inside this. Extract it. So nothing fancy. A lot of folders. Yeah, as I expected. All 3 applications. Oh, the object file. I would have expected the bin folder. This is also application, of course. Okay, this is not what I expected, but the content is, just the folder structure isn't. Okay, let's see if I can get this better. Secure API, so I've saved it. Ah, there it is. So there's probably some updates. So isn't there an extension for Azure DevOps YAML? Yeah, by Red Hat Azure repos. This isn't what I wanted. Azure pipelines. So how does this work? Have to log in and do stuff. Isn't there just DevOps extend? Well, this is too far down. Probably not. Stop that. I rather use VS Code for this instead, compared to doing this in DevOps. 1 published. The drop folder. So I have this one, and I have the secure API.zip. Save file. So let's see what's inside it. Where is my secure API conference and secure API? Copy it from my downloads folder to this. What's inside? The same structure. Oh. Close this one. Okay, so my complete application is in here. Let's see if I can get this one deployed. Let's see if I can get this one deployed. So it's a zip. So I could probably publish this to an app service. See if it works and then continue with the other applications. So a new pipeline. We're creating a new pipeline. So I will be doing an app service. I'll create empty. So I want to name this. Which stage is this? Well, this is the deployment stage of my demo environment. So from the build, selecting this one. Let's fix the name first. Leave. Let's fix the name. I can't stand it if the name isn't proper. I thought I could change the name for a pipeline here. Apparently you can't. Rename. API. Okay. Let's also change the folder to, well, this is the livecoding project organization, so I leave it in the root. Secure API, anything else? Settings, no, nothing for now. New pipeline, empty job. I want to deploy an artifact of my secure API, the latest, obviously, or at least, obviously. I don't want to deploy old stuff. Stage 1. To Azure. Options. Release. Check-in, API. Attention, well, nothing over here yet. So what I want to do is first deploy my complete environment. So resource group deployment, and afterwards I want, well, let's first try out this one. Deploy infrastructure to this authorized. Sure. Those options allow pop-ups. Yeah, I mentioned one of my subscriptions, the one I want to use, is located in my work environment, and the others are in my personal. So I have to log in over here, do some multi-factor authentication, probably, or not. Or not. Authorize. Sign in. Working on it. There it goes. Scope to this subscription. I'll change the security options later on. So, where do I want to deploy it? Livecoding secure API. Location. West Europe. Europe? Well, the template is in my build artifacts, or at least it should be somewhere. Oh, I haven't set the copy step, so I don't think it's in here. No. Bummer. So I have to change. I have to add a copy step. No. I can delete this one. Only taking up time because I don't want to build the complete solution. I only want to build the projects. Copy files, source folder. So where are my templates located? Where's VS Code? My files are located in the folder deployment. Deployment. I have to end with a backslash source folder. Okay. I guess r.json. Source folder. .json. Target folder will be deployment advanced. Clean, override, flatten, preserve target times. Okay, so this is about it. Where will I be doing this? Final step. Let's do this as the final step. If everything is going correct, I'll be copying over these files, save. So a new build is probably running. Yes. So if the music is too soft, let me know. Or if my voice is too soft, also let me know. So I can change the volume. So maybe I can also already point it to the folder I want, so I know it will be in the drop location /deployment/ what should be the name of the file. Close this one. It's secure API. Deployment. And now for the parameters file. I don't have any parameters, but you never know. We'll already specify it. So this should work. Incremental. Yes. Deployment name. I don't need. specify a name. Deployment to create. Well, maybe do the which variables do I have over here predefined. Default. So there I probably might want to name it as the name with the revision number. Let's see. Release a temp number. This one is useful. Where am I? There am I. Deployment name. So that one is useful. That one is useful. Definition name. Temp number. ID. Unique per job. Deployment ID. So I guess that's it. So I will have the name, the deployment ID, and a temp number with some dashes. See if this works. It makes looking up a deployment in Azure, or it should make the looking up of a deployment a bit easier. Well, might as well save it. How's my... this one failed. Why? Copy files. Not found source folder. Deployment. Okay. So which folder did it find? Yeah, that's not very helpful. Which files were? API, edit.
Listen.
Get copy files, step. Source folder. Empty is the root. Use variables, if files. Using the Windows, latest, trigger on master. So this stuff does work. And do I need to specify the complete location? I didn't think so. Oh, maybe set the maybe set the source folder. Deployment. I didn't do a typo, did I?
Listen.
No. Azure DevOps. Copy files. Task. Copy files. Task. Source folder. Without the slash. Copy files, content, target, They're using a forward slash over here. Examples. And backslash over here. Is there a difference? Is there a difference? Depends on the build agent, I'd say. Source folder. Source folder. Oh, I'll just remove this one. Maybe next. Maybe I'll have this one. Source folder deployment. Save. And the waiting game starts again. So once artifacts get deployed to the deployment folder, I should be able to deploy it to Azure. Let me change something. Normally I use a lot of hand gestures. So let me move my position a bit. So, okay. Bit of floating magic. And lock my icon again. Now, pipeline going. It's done. So, are there any artifacts I want? Hopefully. Drop folder deployment. Yes, those are the files I want, and those are the files I need. So, create a new release. Let's see what happens. Secure API 1 has been created. Hopefully, this one will work. So this can take up a couple of minutes, and it failed, so it didn't take. New release. The name can only be a letter digit or new release pipeline 111. So that's probably the name of my release. I hope. Okay. Oh, new release pipeline. Wow, that's stupid. Secure API. Does that cover it? Yes, save. What was the error? Logs. So new release pipeline 1.1. Yes. Oh, I forgot to rename pipeline. So it makes sense it fails. Hopefully it will. Hopefully it will work. Fingers crossed. I see a new resource group having been created. No resources yet. Sorry for that. As I mentioned, this can take some time. Download the artifact. So the resource group probably got created in the first try, and it failed when doing an actual deployment. So I want to see the API, there's the secure API, that's it. So afterwards, when the infrastructure has been deployed, I want to deploy this file to my app service, see if it works. How's the resolution on the screen? Can you read it on your device? Because I have this Cinema 4K screen, so it has to crop a bit to make it 16 by 9, which makes the font a bit granular. Is that an English word? At least not as clear and crisp as I can read it. So hopefully it makes sense what you see on screen. When I think on it, I'll try to zoom in if it's necessary. Still busy see, and it failed. And why did it fail? Deploy. Website already exists. Yeah, that makes sense because it exists in my other subscription. So let's delete this complete resource group. Delete resource group. Yeah, delete. And don't y'all create these app services now once it's deleted. That will be a joke on me. I would do this. Playlist is quite okay today, or at least in my opinion. Loving all of it. I forget to upvote them. I don't know if Pretzel Rocks is doing anything with this data in order to make the playlist better. If so, I have to remember to upvote or downvote the songs. It's taking their sweet time. Thanks. Probably wants the deployment ID. Release name. I guess I want to use release name instead of To use the release name instead of the environment name. So here, deployment ID not necessary. So this is, and that temp number, which is useful, or can be useful. Normally in production environments I always add a comment, but most of the time not in my personal projects. So is it still not deleted? How about refreshment? Yes, it's gone. So quickly create a new release. Yes, create. So a new release has been created. Not necessary anymore. It's a bit faster. Oh, I would have figured I would be done deploying these services by now. Been at it for an hour, and it should. Well, I'm not doing this on a daily basis, so every time I have to create a new pipeline, I have to figure out how the stuff works, which are the correct steps, and what's the notation. I know what needs to happen, just how to get there. And in most projects you can just copy paste snippets from everywhere. Also, like I mentioned, it's also useful to check out GitHub Actions. GitHub Actions is, well, it has a lot of similar capabilities to Azure DevOps pipelines. So I probably want to check this out some time later. But as I mentioned last time, I know Azure DevOps, know how it works, how it should work. So I can close this one. And personal portal. Currently I closed Azure. So this one. I think I'm missing. Oh, there it is. There's the other. So I have 3 app services and a plan. See if this one works. So I want to deploy my API to this place. It works. So I can edit the pipeline, add a new step. App service. No, not manage. Manage is useful for starting and stopping and swapping slots. We're doing that today. Deploy API. So, to this one. Web app on Windows. This one. So it's the zip file I want to deploy. Let's specify it. The API secure API.zip. Any substitutions? Not at this moment. Output? No, not really. Settings? No, this should be it. Save. Create a new release. Create. So one thing I learned is when doing massive deployments, it's massive deployments, a lot of production deployments, it's not a good idea to deploy the infrastructure every time you're deploying the application. It gives you some hiccups in your pipelines. So my recommendation would be to only deploy your infrastructure, your ARM templates, whenever there are changes to them. Otherwise, just don't touch them. Maybe do nightlies on them, but if there's no need to update your infrastructure, don't do it. Just deploy the binaries. So, but you probably won't notice this for your hobby projects. Your personal pet projects. Deployment name, Secure API 4. Yes, that's this. Attempt 1. So let's go to this one. It's deploying my API now. So if this succeeds, how will I be able to check? There's a controller for the weather forecast. Should be able to get the weather forecast properties. What's the URL? Launch URL. Only there's the weather forecast. So what's it? This over here. This works. So I created a zip file with the application in it, and it got deployed. Close it down because it's way too wide. What's this? I'm supposed to install the patch. I have no idea what this means. Click to learn more. I'll just click to learn more. Gives me nothing. What's this? Okay, so this might be useful. I'll save this tab for reading sometime later. So now I have this application deployed, and I can add the rest to my pipeline. So edit this one. Should I rename it? Can I do that over here? Settings? No. Okay. Secure API. Edit. Is this rename? Secure API. CI? What I'm doing. So I already have these variables. Now I want to build the rest. It's great. They added these white space dots for your spaces in the editor. Otherwise, working with yellow isn't something you can do. Or at least, well, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it if you can see the actual white space. So speaker, API, project. So probably speaker. fix secure, because I don't know if it will be secure. Speaker API. Conferences API. And this is the front end API, so shall I name it front end API? No, let's make it consistent with everything else, with what I have over here. So it's API, conferences, and speaker. So I'll just leave it secure API. So that's it. VS test. Okay. I don't have any unit tests, so this is the deployment. Artifact name. Is okay. That's fine by me. Save. Save. And it's this one. Deploy service add deploy services. Conferences. Choose actual folder. What did I name it? Where is there's fork, bullet, code. Named it conferences. I use different slashes. Now I'm using all kinds of slashes just to make everything in a consistent state. Getting. So this one. Speakers. So let's remove this one. And deploy speakers. Oh, no, I don't want this one. Okay. Oh, save it. Was I in time? Probably not. Oh, I still have to turn on the continuous deployment. Yes. Every time a build is finished whenever my master is finished building, my CI of the master, I want to deploy it to Azure. Pull requests? No, not yet. I like to do trunk-based development in master, so most of the time I'm using feature toggles to turn on functionality on and off, which makes it quite easy to deploy new stuff in the master without breaking your complete environment. Of course, locally I'm using branches to make, well, big changes and not have dozens of small commits being pushed inside the master, because that makes it not very readable. Still, it depends on what you like. So okay, create release, yes. Let's see what happens. Hopefully my build will be triggered. All of my APIs will be deployed in one go. So I already know this one works, so I don't have to check this one. Well, I can. And let's also open up this one. And then let's open up this one. So there's already a website deployed to this location, so we don't see anything. These are still empty. That's why we see the default start screen. And my guess is also the weather forecast. We didn't add anything special to it yet. No. And there's also the weather forecast. So, good enough for now. See if this works. Oh, and let me just show you, for the people who aren't very familiar with Azure. The deployments are all located in this deployments blade, or should be. So that's why you probably want, most of the time you want this name of the deployments to be unique in order to track them down over here. And also, whenever something has happened, you can check it out. So normally you will see the deployments over here. Deploy, yes. So you should be seeing them over here, a big list. Maybe I can show you one other. Maybe this one? No. Depper. Nothing. Well, this one should have. Well, I don't think the deployment blade works at the moment. As you probably noticed, or if you're using Azure, you probably noticed it's a bit slow lately, or at least yeah, it's a bit slow. That's because everyone is working at home and everyone wants to use Azure and Microsoft services. So a couple of the services don't work as they're supposed to. Well, it doesn't matter much for me because everything still works, or at least the stuff I want to work still works. And I don't have any customers hitting issues in production. But if you are hitting some issues in production, I can imagine you're not happy. So the deployment is done. All of my APIs are deployed. So let's check. Yes, I have the weather forecast for the secure API. Yes, it's here. So for the conferences, let's see what the weather is for the conferences, also working. And for the speakers, also working. So that's what I want to accomplish today. So not very fancy, but still we got where I wanted to go. We're now able to release something whenever I deploy something or commit something to master and push it. So the continuous integration and deployment is done. And tomorrow, what are we going to do tomorrow? I think about it. It's probably some Active Directory stuff. Active Directory stuff. Let's make sure. Am I using managed identities already? I think I did. System. I don't. Oh, that's system. And then, wow. I'm not creating managed identities yet. So that's what we're gonna do today, tomorrow. And I want to add those identities to AD groups. So that shouldn't take long. But if it's going well, if it's going quite fast, I'll have a short live coding sessions, or I'll be doing something else. And I just remembered we're using the project to do stuff. So I probably need to do create automated. Yes, that's what we did. And that's what we did. So I'm done with this. Add authorization, authorize requests. Yes. Sounds legit. Manage identity to APIs. And we also need to add created identities to groups. And maybe assign roles to them. I did a blog post on assigning roles to service principals, and it's a lot of scripting, so I don't know if I want to use roles for my managed identities. I'll sleep on it. For now, this is all there is to it. So I hope you liked it today. I hope you also learned something. At least I like doing it. I now know more about creating pipelines and YAML and releases. As I mentioned, tomorrow we're gonna do the stuff I actually want to do instead of this boilerplate stuff. I want to do, well, the actual authentication, authorization. Start with it. So tune in tomorrow, same time, same place, and see you then. Thank you.